Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, you're Queen of Ooga Booga here. I'm still the Queen of Ooga Booga.
You are?
Sure, I will always be the Queen of Ooga Booga. Anybody who's watched the channel for a while know that's
For a while. 5 years we've been here.
5 years. Yeah, it's been a while since I've worn the crown, but
Yep. Two of those happy.
yeah. Hey, enough. Anyhow, as always, this is our favorite hour of the week, and we love to spend it every week with you folks. Happy Sunday evening to our friends in North America, and good morning to our friends in India. We're so delighted to have you. And without further ado,
And, of course, other countries in that area of the world who's going, oh, it's morning.
yes.
So
Let us know where you're asking from. Okay, so
the folks in England, it's 2 a.m. They're just getting home from the pub.
my favorite time, well, 3 a.m. is my favorite time of day. Okay, so we start with Jasmina. Oh yeah, would like to know if any money is coming my way. Okay, so let's see about Jasmina and wealth. Jasmina and money. Let's see. What do the cards have to say? And for Jasmina, okay, and you notice that all these cards are reversed. You have the Ten of Cups.
You need to slide them over a little bit to the window.
All right, there we go. Okay, so we have in the center we have the Two of Swords, but it's reversed, and right side up it tells you that it talks about being separated, and in this case it's an uneasy but peaceful separation. But when it's turned upside down, it feels more like there's obstacles, but they're obstacles they're a little bit easier to overcome. So it makes me wonder. This card tells me that's a good time for you to look and see what other possibilities are there. And even when I look at the rest of these cards, I think the reason they're reversed is because I get this feeling that right now it's kind of stagnant around you and money, and it's always the same, always the same, always the same. And it kind of says that you've gotten as much as you can off the path you're on now. And the cards are strongly suggesting that you kind of look at yourself outside the box and try to take a change of course. Because if you stay on the same course you're on, nothing's going to change. If you want more money to come your way, you need to make a change. And that's actually pretty favorably aspected right now. So thank you for asking, Jasmina.
Oh, excellent. Okay, who'll be next?
Kara.
Kara James, what do I need to know for the rest of July? All right, well, let's find out, Kara.
That's a good question. Kara, for the rest of July. You've got the Three of Swords reversed. You've got the Page of Cups reversed. And you've got the Magician reversed. Well, what is it with all these reverse cards? Let's look at the Page of Cups. Now, if it's right side up, it shows kind of a creative, youthful spirit. And since it's reversed, it's saying that maybe you're not, you still have that creative, youthful person within you, but maybe you've lost a touch with it a little bit, because I think that you're still able to cope with situations, and you're still able to manifest what you want, but it's kind of like you've forgotten about the joy in life. And this is a good time for what you need to know is that right now is a time to embrace happiness and joy. And so maybe quit being so serious. Okay, and thank you for asking, Kara.
And our next question is from Diane Wellington. Hello, Queen. Happy Sunday. Can you tell me how the rest of July will be looking for me? Okay,
I would be
let's
happy to do
find
that.
out about July. So,
The rest of July for Diane. Diane with 2 N's and no E. I'm with Diane with 1 N and 1 E. I see we're going to look at the page of Swords, dead center. And it's a little bit reversed. So that just, I think that you're going to get a lot of messages, but you really need to keep a careful eye, keep a careful eye on your email. Check your spam email from time to time, because I'm really worried that it'd be too easy for you to miss important messages in July. So for the rest of July, just make sure you're checking everything and double checking everything, because it seems like you might have some issues around communication, but they're not unsurmountable. Also, I'm a little worried about you maybe getting underwater financially in July. It says be careful what you commit to. Okay, so that little piece of cake, everything's a piece of cake, and before you know it, you've eaten too much cake. So just be very careful and very cautious about anything to do with money. Okay. And thank you for asking.
and next we have Patricia. Well, when will it be in my best interest to get a car? Well, let's see what the cards say.
Oh, and Margaret, he did not see your question because you didn't put a question mark. I see everybody's chats, but he only sees ones with question marks. Okay, so Patricia, when will it be in my best interest to get a car? Okay. A little bit of a Scots in me, so I'd say when they're on sale. But I know what you're saying. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw 8s and 9s here. Got a 2, 5. Okay, so it's giving me 2 to 5 weeks.
Well,
2 to 5 weeks.
okay.
Pretty simple. It's
What was that? Who were you reading there?
That was Patricia.
Okay.
When will it be in my best interest to get a car?
Okay.
And
Although it just got me confused because
Yeah.
Margaret's question is also a time question.
Yes, but Margaret didn't put a question
Well,
mark.
yeah,
That's
but
why-
she retyped it.
Yes. And there we are.
Will I move to my new place this month?
Okay.
Well, let's find out.
Margaret, a new place. Let's see. Okay, you have the devil reversed. That's when you do want to see reversed. Temperance reversed. And the 10 of Cups. Oh, that's nice. All right, so it does look like there are some obstacles. There's some worry. It just feels like there's some kerfuffles this month around your new place, and none of it's serious. It's just delays, because when you get toward the end of the month, and it's either the end of this month or early next month, but it says at the end of this road, we see you happy in a new house, happy in your new home. So
Woo-hoo!
yeah, I really think that it might actually be early August, and I just say that because I really feel like there's delays, and it's just paperwork getting tangled up. It's nothing big.
Next, we have Ginger. Will my cabin be completed this summer?
And Ginger was a good-looking one, wasn't she? On Gilligan's Island.
I didn't watch that show.
Oh, sorry, I'm dating myself. Everybody's
I watch. I try.
everybody can go, okay, boomer.
No, I tried to watch some reruns, but I just found it too stupid.
I liked it.
Okay, I kept happy. I kept wishing, like, not wishing, like it would have been good if like Gilligan drowned every episode.
Okay. I gather he did not like Gilligan. Okay, so back to Ginger.
Yep, cabin.
Why?
Will my cabin be completed?
Okay, Ginger's cabin. New cabin's pretty exciting. Ginger's cabin. And we have the Five of Swords. The Seven of Swords reversed. Interesting. And the Knight of Cups reversed. All right, so, there's real time and then there's contractor time. And it feels like you're being told a lot of things are just going to take another 5 or 6 weeks. And it's just 5 or 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. And it goes on and on and on like that. So will my cabin be completed this summer? If it does get completed this summer, it's going to be just barely. And the problem is that anytime you build something, there's always little things at the end, and this is where the contractor falls down. Because he wants you to sign off on everything so he can get paid. But once you sign off on everything, then you lose your legal right. And so it's kind of a balance there as far as getting all the little things completed, all the little fix-ups. But it should be in by fall.
All right,
Okay.
Bonnie, please change your question. We're not going to answer the one you've asked. Gene XO, may I ask what Virgo's feelings are and next actions are towards me this week?
Let's see what kind of that's kind of let's look at it this way, Gene. Let's look at what your best strategy is in this relationship you have with Virgo. See what kind of advice we can get. The Two of Swords did flip over, and the Two of Swords is kind of one of truce. So it's going to be very interesting as far as what else comes up, because it feels like when I saw the Two of Swords, I just got this feeling of setting boundaries. Okay. So, yeah, as a producer can tell you, sometimes Virgos can just be cold fish. And he can be a bit standoffish. That's just the way he is. He doesn't mean to be non-communicative. He's just kind of in his own head. Virgos get that way. But overall, the cards are giving me a pretty good oversight on your relationship. So just be patient with the Virgo, because the Virgo is the Virgo and he's going to move at his own pace. But if you lean on him, if you pressure him, he will run. But as it stands right now, there's very good potential for this relationship.
There you go, Bonnie. That's a much better question. Oh, you don't need to apologize. You're new here. And I don't bite. I just sound like I do. Benafsha wants to know where she'll be moving to next.
Okay, so Benafsha's next move. So we have some very interesting cards here. The first one you get is a Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords, like you ask when you're going to be moving next, and the Two of Swords says that depends on when you decide. So apparently you haven't taken that bold step of either putting in the notice or signing a lease for a new apartment. It's kind of like you haven't sealed the deal here yet, and they're reminding you of that. And so it is incumbent upon you to seal the deal. It does say that once you're really ready, an opportunity will come to you very fast. So when it happens fast. I'd say that there's clarity here. Clarity. Okay, I get it. All right, and it feels like you're moving someplace. They're just giving me clarity, and I get this feeling that you're moving someplace that might be a little sunnier, a little brighter, maybe less trees and more sunshine and less rain.
All right. Well, more of this and less of the other.
Yeah.
So, sticking with the tarot and directions, do the suits have a direction assigned to them?
Wait a second. Yes. Pentacles would be north. Swords is east. Wait a second. South is fire, and fire is wands. Okay. And then the cups, which is water, and the water is west. So it's north. North is pentacles, east is swords, south is wands, and west is the cups. So yes.
Cool. Do any of the major arcana represent any directions or any points in that sense?
Well, the major arcana is actually associated with the tree of life, which is a map of the universe, right?
Right, yeah.
So that's where you get it. There's 10 Sephiroths, and so each one of those Sephiroths, each one of the points is associated with the numbers on the minor arcana, whereas each one of the paths, and there's 22 of them, is associated with one of the major arcana cards.
All right. Well, I learned something. Hopefully you guys did too. Next we have Cindy C. Just wondering how this week will be. Well, Cindy, I'll be resting. I've been working my ass off.
Yeah, he doesn't even know that I'm going to be asking him to take me to London sometime this week. Although I've been threatening to do that for weeks now.
Years.
Years?
Years.
I know.
This week, eh?
Yeah, I'm just afraid of what they're going to say about the machine.
Let me send scheduling a text that I'm available.
Okay, Cindy, let's see how your week's going to be. And we have the Page of Coins. The Two of Cups reversed. Interesting. And the Six of Wands reversed. Okay, so when I get this Two of Cups, there's a thing called we have menopause, and there's male menopause, and it feels like your husband might be going through a little bit of that. It feels like he might be a little bit volatile, sensitive, something along that lines this week. But it just feels like you may want to tread lightly with him. He's just in a mood. You asked, right? Overall, you're going to get a good message about money. I like to see that. I'm sure you do too. But there is a little bit of good news coming, either in the mail or, it comes as a messenger. So, sure, mail, email, telephone, something along those lines. But a good message about money. And you also have something that you're working on going. And there's a Six of Wands, but Six of Wands reversed. And it tells me that you have one project that you were hoping to finish up this week, and it's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, so that's what the cards have to say about this week for you.
Okay, now we have SR. Any good news for me for the rest of July? I really need it.
Okay. SR, the rest of July. Okay. Let's see what's happening for SR in July. And boy, make it good news. She sure does need it. Okay, Page of Cups is pretty good news. You've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands reversed, but aces are pretty good mojo there. And you have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Wands, well, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords are reversed, but they're still new beginnings. It does say that your creativity and your point of view is accepted. You do have an opportunity, a door of opportunity opening for you in July, but I think that you might doubt about your ability to handle the job, or whether you're not qualified enough. The cards say when the door of opportunity opens, shove your foot in. Don't let an opportunity pass you by this July. If you're 70% qualified for a position, go for it. Just like any man would. Okay.
I love how you guys think we need 70% to go for it. As far as jobs go. Heck.
All right. Oh,
Well,
wow.
case in point, I have a great job that I have absolutely no qualifications for.
He does. It's perfect for him. Okay. Ooh, we've got European. SR's from Europe. And Ginger is from Alaska. All right.
All right, new love. What's coming up
Ooh.
for me the rest of July? Well.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize we were doing that where we're from part.
Well, yeah, I asked at the beginning of the show.
Oh, I was listening.
Yeah. But it's interesting to know.
Yeah, well, I live in Canada. I'm from Austria.
Okay, so new love.
And that should explain a lot.
What's coming in for me for the rest of July? New love in July. Star reversed. The Two of Swords. And the Two of Coins. And even though it's reversed, it's on the favorable side. And I put these two together. And it's telling me that in the rest of July, things aren't, when I see the star, but star reversed, things aren't going to go quite the way you wish they would, but they're going to go very well for you. Whether it's kind of one of those things that for the rest of July, expect the unexpected and know the opportunities are going to come to you from unexpected sources. Okay. So don't give up on your dreams, and know that whatever opportunities come your way, and I do see choices coming your way, that this is a good thing. So I do see some choices being offered to you this July, and it's not going to be what you actually wish for, but it's going to be very, very good for you. And I suggest that you take whatever opportunities come your way.
There you go. Hello, High Priestess. We'll get to you. But first, we're getting to this. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Pick a Card. This time for the week of July 8th, 2024. Here we go.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. What card are you going to pick this week? Are you going to pick card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? So which card resonates with you? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. If you pick tarot card number 1, then your card for this week is the moon reversed. And the moon reversed talks about, the right side up, the moon talks about illusions and that things are much more similar than they seem. And when it's reversed, it reminds us that things aren't always as they seem. And it also reminds us that we don't necessarily know everything. So this is a week to go cautiously and know that you do not know the entire situation. So yeah, just avoid offering your opinion if possible. But do not jump to any conclusions this week. Okay. Did you pick tarot card number 2? Well, if you pick tarot card number 2, then your card for this week is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is he's a bold knight. He rushes forward. He has good intentions, but he doesn't necessarily see the road ahead of him. And sometimes he stumbles over his own feet. And if this is your card this week, it says to, slow down and take a breath every now and then. And go forward just a little slower and watch the path ahead of you. Okay? So you can make good progress this week, but there is a warning to be more aware of what's going on around you as you move forward. Okay, did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick tarot card number 3, then your card for this week is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is not a pleasant card. The Seven of Swords is about toxic people and gossip and a reminder of what they can do to our relationships and, to our soul. And there's this warning not to get involved in gossip and not to listen to gossip. So this is a very good week for you to be on guard, but like my Southern mother used to say, keep your words short and sweet. You may have to eat them tomorrow. So be careful what you say and who you say it to. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great week, and we'll see you again next week for another episode of Pick 3. Pick a card.
All right, and we're back to our regular scheduled programming of entertaining ourselves.
We're so very entertaining. Okay.
Next we have Divine Oracle Podcast, who wants to know how their travels are going to go next month.
Ooh, next month's travels. All right.
Hit the road, Jack. If I sing anymore, we're going to create a strike. Doesn't that suck? Entertainment lawyers. The lowest lawyers of all.
Okay, so we're going to look at the very first part. And you've got the King of Swords reversed. And at first, I really felt like there's a lot of emotion. And sometimes stress can, sometimes when you're under a lot of stress or there's worry or something like that, you can kind of strike out. And I'm getting a lot of that kind of sniping happening in the beginning. So there is emotions run high in the beginning, and that might be a really good time to keep your words short and sweet. Other than having a rough patch in the beginning, I think the trip up might be a little nerve-wracking. But other than that, it's going to be a really fun trip. Once you get to where you're going, things are going to turn around and be great. So you've got the Ten of Cups. So that's kind of visiting the family ranch, if you will, the family property. And it feels good. It feels nice. It feels like there's a lot of love, and there's even some good lessons learned. So I think that you might have a message or an epiphany, or you might find something very special. Okay, so that's pretty good. Happy trails.
Okay, yeah, happy trails indeed. Lynette wants spirit messages.
Lynette was glad to give you some spirit messages.
I want spirit messages too. I mean, I want spirit.
Spirits. I think that I'm just going to grab some runes, just because that just feels like the right thing to do. So, okay. So, Lynette, what Spirit wants you to do first and foremost, it feels like you're kind of coming to a crossroady part of your life, and you might not even be aware of it. Yeah, the summer's bringing a lot of changes, and Spirit's letting you know that. And they're letting you know that this is a time when you have to look to the future and make your decisions based on the future. Okay? It also feels like that, I talk about the future, and then the next thing I'm going to do is talk about the past. Because it also feels like some of the past comes back to haunt you over the summer. So you really feel like you're in between worlds there. But the runes are reminding you, keep your eye on the future. Don't let whatever did happen distract you. Another thing that Spirit wants you to know is that there is good potential, a good relationship around you. If it's not there already, there is a symbiotic type of relationship. I see it right here in horse that has love and strength and fire to it. So a relationship becomes much better over the summer. Okay. And thank you so much for asking. Put away the runes and get back to the cards. And let's see who's next. All right. Oops, where are we? Okay, so Sushama, a lot of love and light from India. Oh, it's wonderful. I love that people from India listen to me. Good morning to everybody from India again. And Sushama says, I am really very grateful to you for your guidance and divine energy. Oh, thank you so much. I want to know how people perceive me generally and kindly guide for improvement. Oh, okay. So let's see. Oh, well. You're actually seen as a kind person. You're seen as somebody who would give a helping hand to somebody. You're seen as the sort of person who would give your last sandwich to a hungry person. Things like that. So people see you as a charitable, kind person. All right. And let's see what kind of advice Spirit give you on image. And I know people say you shouldn't worry about how others see you, but that's not how it works. We're interconnected. Of course we care. And of course it matters to us. All right, so Spirit really says that it's nice that you're kind to others. It's nice that you help with everybody else, but it also says that you're kind of slow tracking romance here, and it's almost like you're dragging your feet there, and it's kind of a time in your life for you to open up a little bit more about for romance. Okay, that's what Spirit says. It's accept love.
All right. SR, do you have a question for the runes? Because we already answered the question you typed out. Anyhoot, Bonnie, what are T's intentions towards me? Ooh.
His intentions.
I can text him and ask him.
Yeah. Okay. T's intentions. Okay. Okay, Bonnie. All right, so the first thing we get, and this is true of a lot of times when people say, what is this person's intentions toward me? That you have two people that are actually afraid to find out how the other one feels. So, because it says that you're not using your social skills. You're not using your words to open up a path of communication with him. So, and that's natural. You're probably afraid of rejection, and he doesn't open up a channel of communication with you because he's afraid of rejection. People are stupid. Okay, so then you have the world reversed. And, this is actually, I almost like the world reversed better than I like it right side up. Because when it's right side up, you've achieved everything. Okay, so that's like reaching the top of the mountain. And when it's reversed, it's like almost there. And I always think that's the best part. It's just right before the finish line. That little part right before the finish line is the sweetest part of the race. Okay, so yeah, love is a two-way thing, and if you're attracted to somebody, for the most part, there's an equal amount of attraction on the other side. It's the same on both sides, and I think that's what you've got going here. So use your skill, use your words, use your small talk. And also remember that this is kind of the most delicious part of a relationship, right before you get into the nuts and bolts. But yeah, you're really going to have to set the tone here, and start out by striking up conversations with confidence. It's important that you show confidence. Okay, I hope that's helpful.
All right. Next, we have John G. What does Spirit need me to know?
Okay, well, I'll just pull out the runes again. They seem to be talking nicely today. I still have 6 more sets of runes to sell, and I'm just not that anxious to sell them, to be honest. I prefer to know the people who buy my runes. Okay, so Sean G, what does Spirit need you to know? Wow.
Alexa,
Sean?
add a cup of ego.
Yes. Yes. And a teaspoon of humility. Okay, so anyhow, the what the runes are saying here is to remember that life can change on a dime. And you do have some changes coming, but they're good changes. And when I see Pertho and Berkana next to each other, a lot of times I see a baby or a new life. And so I'm going to go with the new life thing. Life changes on dime, Sean, and something's going to happen to give you to just kind of renew things around you. So be willing to accept the changes that come. And it does. Oh, how you like that? The present and the past kind of mixing together here. Spirit is saying, when change comes your way, embrace it, and don't hang on to the past so much, but move on to the future. So embrace changes coming your way.
Okay. Ginger has a second question.
She does.
Yes. Am I in a good relationship?
How do you feel about it?
I was just going to say, are you absent from it that you don't know? Is this a long distance thing and you haven't gotten a letter in a while?
Yeah, am I in a good relationship? Which you should know. The fact that you question it is kind of a red flag there.
You know, I have to get rid of your picture there when you throw them
Oh,
aside.
yes. Well, that's okay. So, am I in a good relationship? And it starts out, you've got good health and you've got fire. So you've got health and passion. So there's a good potential here. There's a good foundation. And then it gets into the ancestral gods. So that kind of makes me think that the runes are saying, listen to what maybe your mother or your older sisters, because it feels like you've gotten feedback from your family, and that feedback is very telling. Um, it looks like it looks like you both feel secure and happy in the relationship. I don't know why you doubt it. Oh, a little bit of wanderlust. No matter who you're with, you can always do better. But you can't, the idea is you find somebody and you build a relationship. And once you start building a relationship, you can't start thinking about the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. It's the only greener because of the septic tank, right?
Okay, High Priestess. Did I embarrass myself yesterday at the gathering with my friends? Okay, well, how about we get to the question you really want to ask, and it's not that one. What High Priestess actually wants to know is how much she needs to apologize and who to.
Oh dear. High priestess. I'm just finding her question here. There she is. Did I embarrass myself yesterday? Oh. Oh, that's all I can relate. I'm retired too, but there's always something. You're always doing something to be productive. So, High Priestess. I wish I'd have been there. I wish I'd have been a fly on the wall. If they were really your friends, they're really your friends. If you did anything embarrassing, they just like you better because that gives them fuel. The Four of Swords. Well, you were certainly more animated than they've seen you in a while. They were certainly glad to see that. Well, yeah, you did indulge a bit, didn't you? Okay, let's see. No, they're your friends. They're just gonna bust your chops over it. That's all. So who'd you cry over?
Oh, shit.
They're gonna tease you.
I drank a little too much and sort of told some people to fuck off that are older than me.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Some of your friends been wanting to say those exact same words to those exact same people, and they did, it's like, oh, well, you won't. Hold my beer. Anyhow, so that takes care of that. You do have some apologizing to do to some old people. Make sure to speak up. They're half deaf. Glenifa, welcome. What do I need to know for the next week?
Oh, where are we?
I don't say anything, but they looked at me clutching their pearls.
I
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
love it.
Actual pearls or pearl necklaces?
Oh.
And if you have to ask what the difference is.
Okay, so where are we? Glenifa, right?
Glenifa, yeah. What does Glenifa need to know for next week?
Okay, next week for Glenifa. Whoops. Well, here we go. Here's your answer. Next week, things are going to go fast and just stay on top of it. Next week's a good week to show up early. It just seems like it's going to be a super active week. But the one thing I look at is you got the King of Swords. So it's sort of like, it's not just super active week, but it's a super active week, but the spotlight is sort of on you. So this is a really good week for you to take your Geritol, get to work early, what my mom used to call bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Just show your best face, best foot forward. That's what Spirit thinks you should know this week.
All right. So, SR.
Aw, can you please do the runes for me just this one time?
Yeah, she asked a question, and
Yeah, but she's retired, and I saw
she's
something
retired.
like
Yeah.
job like her productivity.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay, so
Just
let's
because
just
you're
see.
retired don't mean you can't work.
Well, you always have to have something that's gonna, we're human beings. It's part of our nature to be striving for something. Okay, so what do the runes want SR to know? Oh, interesting. Okay, so when I look at these, you've got Berkana, and Berkana is fertility and productivity and all the good things like that, but it's stuck right between the past and the present. And so when I see those like that, it's saying you're kind of holding on to the past, and it's keeping you from realizing more in the future. They look at the path that got you here. It does look like you've had some pretty productive years. It looks like there's been a lot of traveling around. It feels like you've been competitive and you've won. And life has given you a lot of things that you've looked for, but now it's time for you to set new goal, and that's right in here. Yeah, know that toward the end of the summer, life is offering you a big change. They say life can change on a dime. This is where it changes on a dime. So don't feel bad about life changing. That's part of life. But know you might have to do things from a different angle. Okay.
All right. Our next question is probably the question of the year.
Oh boy.
Can you tell me what drunk or tipsy me would be like? And the question is from Ari the Ares Diva.
She wants to know what she'd be like when she was drunk.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. I was heard that it's instant alcohol, just instant asshole, just add alcohol. But let's see.
Oh, no. She's flighty and aloof.
Yeah.
And her friends are going to be chasing her all over the place, trying to find where she's at because she can't be seen. She disappeared again.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Obstinate. You're obstinate now. That's not going to change with alcohol.
One thing is your stomach doesn't handle it very well. So,
Malox.
yeah. Don't drink on an empty stomach and don't drink fast.
Yeah.
Because, and know where the bathroom is at all times.
Yeah. And don't drink Everclear. Or All Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, the Hanged Man upside down.
Yeah. It's like you've got a certain dignity to you, and alcohol tends to take that away from you. And I think your friends are going to be fine, but I think that you're not going to like yourself very much when you drink. And the funny thing is, you got the moon. The moon says everything I just told you, you already know about yourself.
Well, there you go, Ari. All right. Seems to be our last question for now.
Okay.
What are John's intentions towards me? And that is from GIS. Pronounce it however you like. I am.
Okay, so let's see what we can do, what you should be doing to get this off of dead center. Okay. Yeah, I think you're both worried about what's so and so going to say, because it just feels like you're both in your individual corners looking over your shoulder at each other and not neither one of you saying anything. So there's a lot of anxiety about that. Another 9. Oh, gee. Okay, so if you wait for him to approach you, it's never going to happen. If you want this, if you want him, you are going to have to approach him and figure out a way to do it that makes you look cute and kittenish. So it's up to you. If you want him to step toward a relationship, you're going to have to be the one to make the first move.
Well, she says that the name is French, and I doubt the S is pronounced. I think in English we would call you Giselle. What's going on there? You got no more questions,
Okay.
as far as I can tell.
All right. So, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And remember to like this video. It helps us a lot. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And make sure you tell your friends and family, tell everybody about us. And we'll see you again next week right here for another episode of Psychic Sundays Live. Have a great week.